Welcome back to America's Voice Live. Foreign money plays a large role in America's universities. I'm sure you know that. Other countries send their kids to America to learn, then come back to their home countries to help, and then oftentimes attack America. China is a prime example of this. They've been doing it for years quite successfully. It's also a big concern to national security for a number of reasons that are pretty obvious. And with me to discuss why and what's really going on with our foreign money and foreign colleges is Campus Reform Higher Education Fellow and Professor of Political Science at Suffolk Community College, Nicholas Giordano. Nicholas, good to see you today. Professor, as we look at these things, I'm very close to the campus of Michigan State University. There is a huge contingency of Chinese nationals that are here as students. They come here, learn everything they possibly can, then go back to China. That's one example. Many countries do this, and they go back and then they figure out ways to beat America. Are we giving away all the secrets to how to beat us? It seems reckless to me, or maybe I'm just out of my mind.
It is reckless. So you have a few things going on. The first is that you have foreign countries and foreign businesses giving billions of dollars to universities over the course of the last several years. And just ask yourself, why are they giving this money? They're not doing it out of the kindness of their hearts. They're doing it because they want to buy influence on campus. So in China's case, they want to influence the curriculums, influence criticisms that may take place in the classroom. Well, if China's giving a university billions of dollars, well, then maybe that university is going to crack down hard on professors that challenge China's narrative. And so that's a concern. Then you have the aspect of relying on foreign students. Most graduate programs like engineering or biomedical wouldn't exist if it's not for foreign students. Unfortunately, you have a situation where colleges have become reliant. In some cases, 30% of their revenue comes from foreign students to take these programs. And then what happens? Well, when the students graduate from these programs, again, we're talking about STEM programs, the ones that you need to build a basis in society, they go back home and they improve their country's infrastructure. They build better roads, better grid systems, better telecommunication systems in their native countries than they do here in the United States. So we don't have a good mechanism to keep those students here in the United States to improve the quality in the United States, which is a problem. And then you have the espionage aspect of it.
That's the part I wanted to get to, because it's not just taking our ideas and going home. It's coordinating in our research departments, in our laboratories, in science and cutting-edge technologies that they scoop up, because the Chinese have no aversion to taking intellectual property. None whatsoever. And so do I. And they take it and basically they just steal it, don't they?
Yeah, to the tune of over $1 trillion over the course of 20 years. $1 trillion that they've stolen of our intellectual property. And the United States government provides an enormous amount of grant funding to the universities to conduct research for innovation purposes. And yet we allow foreign students in these research programs where they could take that technology and then transfer it back to the governments, the native countries they come from. And it's a big problem. And we have no fix for it. There hasn't been. The FBI has arrested several Chinese nationals that have engaged in espionage. Several Americans have been arrested over the course of the last few years, Dr. Charles Lieber being the most infamous from Harvard University. But there's really no mechanism warning colleges of the threat that really exists, the true nature of what's going on. And that, to me, is a problem.
So what do we do to get this under control? The colleges need the money. They've made themselves dependent upon it. They're addicted to the money. And so they're willing to sell out America to some extent. Clearly, I'm not saying that's intentionally what they're doing, but it's the end result, because if kids are taking the knowledge and going back to China or 100 other countries around the world and then working actively against the U.S., or they're taking intellectual property and taking it back to their home country to use it for themselves without proper compensation. They're stealing from us one way, undermining us in another, and yet these universities are beholden because they've got to have the money, because they built these, not universities, resorts with fancy workout centers and swimming pools and food courts. It is, it's just a dangerous place to be, Nicholas.
It is. And we know that the United States government, we have several federal agencies that monitor millions of Americans day in and day out. I mean, just look at the Twitter files and how many accounts on social media they were monitoring. Why aren't we monitoring foreign students to try and see what their real intent is, to make sure that they don't have an intent to cause harm to the United States? So better monitoring mechanisms are certainly needed. We also need to brief colleges and universities on the threat that exists. Professors weren't trained to do risk assessments and threat assessments and to be able to read people. Maybe we need to start talking to them and explaining to them what are the signs they need to look for when it comes to espionage. What are the signs we need to look for when a student approaches them, asking them random questions about the United States to probe to get more information, or to build relationships that may not seem natural, that may seem forced. So those are the types of things we can start to do. We also need to do better background investigations. There was one case where a Chinese student was in the PLA. They were in the PLA and they were still granted a student visa into the United States.
They're the People Liberation's Army, the
Correct.
army of the Chinese Communist Party.
Correct.
And they're welcome with open arms. Well, I'm not sure which is more dangerous, that or just letting people flood across the southern border. Because they're coming here, they're not here to help America. They're not here to build the American dream. They're here to steal from you and from me and from this great country of ours and almost 250 years of history. And the people that have died to make this country great. It's got to stop, Nicholas, but I don't know how you do it because of that addiction to the money. I don't know how you break free of that. I'll give you the last word.
Well, we should all be offended when they call parents domestic terrorists that are, criticizing curriculums. Again, the government has chosen to focus on the American people, where the real threat lies thousands of miles away in a country that's growing and challenging the United States for dominance. That's where the threat lies. That's where we have to look. And we have to stop the foreign influence that's taking place on the college campuses throughout the country.
Amen. Professor, always good to talk to you. I appreciate you. You're right out there in the front rows fighting for what's right, and I appreciate you doing that at Suffolk Community College. Professor Nicholas Giordano, thank you for being here.